Do you know what a sales funnel is and how powerful they are on Facebook? Well, if you don't, I have a fantastic analogy I'm going to give you on the power of sales funnels, which I hope will inspire you to start using them, and it has something to do with dating. All right, so every business has a sales funnel. So what is a sales funnel? Well, it's kind of the process you take a client through from being a prospect to being a client. So let's take the example of, say, a pest controller. You might put an ad in a newspaper and then someone sees that ad and then they call up. And so on the phone, your receptionist may book an appointment. So you go out to the house and you do a quote. And at the end of the quote, you write it down and you give it to the person, and then you go away, and then they consider it, and then you call them back and say, hey, do you want to go ahead? And they say yes, and then they become a client. So that's like a very clear sales process. So every business has this, and you can actually build one on Facebook. So let me give you an analogy of what a sales funnel is like, or a sales process is like on Facebook. It's kind of like dating. So if you're dating someone, or if you meet someone for the first time, you're definitely not going to go up to them and ask them to marry you, are you? So you're at a party, you see someone across the room, you think, well, they're interesting. You're not going to walk up and say, hey, do you want to get married? Of course you're not. They're going to think you're a nutbag. And so what you want to do is go up to them and say, how you going? Introduce yourself and start a conversation. And if that goes well, you want to take them to the next stage of your sales process. And that might be, do you want to go out for a coffee? And if they say yes, you're going out for the coffee. And then if that goes well, you take them to the next stage. You're kind of escalating. You're kind of getting to know them a lot better. And so you say, do you want to go for a date? And a proper date is like a restaurant. You get dressed up and there's more commitment and you're both kind of getting to know each other, and then that dating might go on for a while. You get to know each other really well, and eventually, after months or years, you say, will you marry me? And you close the deal. You close the sale. And that is kind of a dating funnel, right? But a Facebook ads funnel is very similar. On Facebook, you never want to go up to someone and say, hey, do you want to get married? You never say to someone, buy my product. That's kind of the deal, right? That's kind of the proposal. Buy my product. No, they don't know you. They don't know who you are. If you do that, they'll just shut you down. They'll report your link. They won't like it. So what you do is you get to know them. You kind of offer them some information to introduce yourself. And if they like you, they'll click on it. And once they click on it, then you know, oh, there's potential here. So then you might take them to the next stage of the relationship and you might say, hey, why don't you download this ebook and give me your email address, huh? Kind of like a phone number. And they say, yeah, let's do that. And so you've moved to the next stage. Now they trust you enough to give you the phone number. And so then you might say, well, let's go out for dinner. Let's do something a little bit more intimate. And that might be a webinar. And so you've got this webinar and they're on there and you're talking, you're conversing, you like it, and then you just keep developing a relationship. They get to know you better, you get to know them better. And eventually, when the time's right, and for some companies it's after days, some companies it's weeks, others it's months, before you can actually pop the big question and you show them an ad that says, do you want to buy our product? Do you want to sign up for a strategy session or an appointment? And that's the sale. That's when you propose. And they'll either reject you, but if you've done it right, they'll accept because they're the right person for your business. And that is the dating funnel applied to the Facebook ads funnel. And if you can follow that funnel on Facebook ads, you will do exceptionally well. So don't be that business on Facebook asking everyone to marry them. Build a funnel out and ask for marriage at the right time. So if you like this analogy around dating, I've got lots more where that came from. So go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, or go to my Facebook page and like, because I produce one Facebook ad strategy video every single day. And I look forward to seeing you same place, same time tomorrow.